Talking Nerdy Vlogcast with your host, Pablo Gunner. And I am here to talk nerdy to you. Or with you if you want to talk nerdy with me. Or at you. I'm here. I can talk nerdy at you. That's fine too. If you don't want to talk nerdy with me. But that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about the things that I've been watching, playing, reading, whatever. So what I'm going to be covering this week is, reluctantly, Batman v Superman. So I'll go ahead and go into Batman v Superman, like I said, reluctantly. I didn't really want to throw in my 2 cents just because of the fact that everybody's doing a Batman v Superman video and review, and I really don't like copying everybody. So, but I feel like people want to know, and I feel like I gotta get out my complaints on people's complaints. Like, I gotta attack their complaints, and I gotta bring my complaints out, which I feel like there's not too many of. Which is, okay, first I'm gonna go with the pros, which is pretty much the whole cast killed it. Like Bruce Wayne, the Bruce Wayne Batman was really good. Batfleck, as they call him. He did a really solid job. Even his kind of like sidekick, sort of, that was building stuff for him, engineer, comms guy, Alfred, he was doing really awesome. He was really awesome. Jeremy Irons, phenomenal actor, so of course he knocked it out of the park. And I like the voice. I like the voice change thing personally myself. Henry Cavill is Henry Cavill. He's like, he's no, Brandon Routh. I mean, Christopher Reeves, but he's definitely number 2. He's definitely number 2. Lex Luthor. Okay, so here's the thing with Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg is Jesse Eisenberg in almost every single thing he does. He's just a little bit more or a little bit less, And in this, I feel like he showed us a more scary part or aspect of him that we haven't seen before, which is the so brilliant that he's losing his mind aspect. Because as the movie went on, Lex was more crazy. Like, he got crazier and crazier by the end. A lot of people saying he's Joker. I don't see that, unless it's like the tactics with the pictures and the stuff like that. But I think that was more to like mess with Bruce Wayne's head than anybody else. He did a superb job because he also showed an aspect of Lex Luthor that I feel like we've never seen before, and people may complain and be like, oh, that's not Lex. And I'm also hearing rumors that he's not actually Lex Luthor, that he's Alexander. Well, guess what? There's a Lex in Alexander, or Alex. It's in there. So there's no reason why he cannot be Lex Luthor. Even, I know he mentions his dad a lot throughout the movie, but that doesn't mean, like, just because his dad started the company, that does not mean that he's not the Lex Luthor. Obviously, because he's the one that's going after Superman, he is the Lex Luthor. But anyways, it irritates me that people are being like, oh, he's like Joker, for one. But the other thing is that Lex Luthor has been in almost every single Superman movie there has been made ever. And so that we finally see a different aspect of Lex Luthor, freaking loved it. Like, I love that we finally get a different aspect of Luthor. So I was really impressed with his performance. I went in there thinking it was going to be garbage. I thought he was going to be the worst part of the movie, and he might have been the best. The other one was Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She stole the show in every scene that she was in. Every outfit she was wearing, I was like, she is a Greek goddess, without a doubt. All those outfits were just glorious and glamorous and, gorgeous, mind-blowing. And then when she shows up to fight, that was the best, because she was not underpowered at all. She seemed like she was evenly matched with Superman, just different, like, power set, maybe. And she knows how to fight. Like, she was just, she seemed like she was causing the most damage to Doomsday. And the other thing is the Justice League stuff. A lot of people are complaining like there wasn't enough Justice League. Guess what? It's not a Justice League movie. I know it's called Dawn of Justice, but it's not a Justice League movie. Those little tidbits, those were wonderful. My favorite being the Aquaman one, because that was sick. But all of them were not, they were pretty solid. I personally did not care for like the Flash suit that they showed in the movie. It looked weird, like it looked like armor, and I did not like it. Kind of like the Injustice armor. I did not care for it, or I didn't care for his long hair, like his look at all. And rolling into the other stuff, I didn't like. I did not like. Of course, Doomsday was not done right, and it was kind of like Doomsday was kind of a combination of Bizarro and Doomsday, because it was Lex Luthor that made this Doomsday, but it was with the help of Kryptonian technology, So it was like Doomsday and Bizarro mashed together. I will agree, though, that the exploding, there was too many explosions. How many was there? Like 3? 4? I don't know. One less would have been okay. Yeah, just like his origins were not completely accurate. Not too surprised, though, considering the fact that this is just an amalgamation of like multiple, storylines, of DC mashed into one movie. No different than Christopher Nolan did. So the other thing was just the final, the final fight and what led up to the final fight. A lot of people are complaining about the actual fight of Batman versus Superman. And guess what? This movie isn't about Batman versus Superman. I know a lot of people think that it's Batman versus Superman because it's called Batman v Superman. Guess what? The V doesn't stand for versus. And Snyder has said that. He said the V doesn't stand for versus. Well, if you went in thinking like, hey, this is just going to be all about them fighting and that's it, that's the whole movie. No, it's not. And I get that it was short, but if you watch The Dark Knight Returns, it was about the same. The thing that bugged me about the fight, though, was that, spoiler alert here, the kryptonite canister that Batman uses against Superman did not hurt him that much. For one, it didn't hurt him that much and he recovered really quickly. To me, that makes zero sense because he inhales it, which it's like, okay, to me, I would imagine that like it's worse than the rock just sitting there than you inhaling the rocks essentially into your body, because now it's through in your bloodstream. To me that seems like it would hurt you a lot more. So that was kind of dumb to me, even though the chunk of the rock was way bigger than the amount of the gas. It just seems to me, hey, at least they should even it out, at least. And then just how he went about, like, oh, hey, he gets a spear, passes out in the process of getting the spear, but then somehow he conjures up enough strength to grab the spear, and here's a huge spoiler alert, stab Doomsday, and then double stab Doomsday. When to me, it would make a lot more sense if Bruce Wayne was like, hey, we need to get the spear and kill Doomsday with it because Doomsday used to be Zod, which that's also weird that it used to be Zod, but I can see how, like, hey, now it's easier to kill Doomsday. But anyways, like, he should have been doing that. Like, he should have been commanding, and tell Wonder Woman, hey, you throw the spear because it makes Superman weak. Superman, you distract him until she throws the spear, then you get away. And I will throw my canister, to weaken him right before she throws the spear. And so that it would all work that way. You see him do that command the way he always has done with the Justice League, even though it's just the three of them. And it would make more sense. She's an Amazon. She knows how to chuck spears, And then, of course, Superman could give that final thrust all the way through, And boom, they could still do what they did the rest of it. So those are my complaints, pros and cons and all that. So I still do think it's totally worth seeing in theaters because it's a phenomenal spectacle. I kind of want to see it again. I do want to see it again. I don't know if I'll see it again in theaters just because it's expensive. But, for an early bird or even once it's the dollar, I don't go to the dollar theater, actually. I would say you can go ahead and go to the dollar theater. I'm not going to go because I don't go to the dollar theater anymore because it's ghetto. But I am a cheapo at the same time, but still. I would go see it as like an early bird, even for 3D, because I heard the 3D, the ambassador said it was pretty wicked. That being the case, And I do want to get this on DVD, especially for all the extras and everything like that. You know, because a lot of people, they say that this movie was too long. I say it wasn't long enough because there was some stuff where you're like, hey, it seemed like there was some stuff missing, and then there was some stuff that was like, there was, especially like Batman's visions that people think like, or his dreams that people thought like were actually real when he was shooting guns. Guess what? That wasn't real. They were dreams. And that was mostly him killing people. So, and if for the people that think he killed people in the movie, like that was not the dream sequence stuff, you're probably wrong. And if you're not wrong, I don't care because it's the Dark Knight Returns Batman, and he's a darker, more effed up Batman that just doesn't care. He's old. He's been doing it for a long time, and and that's it. So the other thing is that just like it's not that much different than any Arkham game you played. Like he seriously messes people up in those games, especially in Arkham Knight when he has a vehicle. Can't deny that. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to give it a strong buy because I definitely want it on Blu-ray so I can have all the extras, and I want to see it again. It's worth seeing again. Thank you for watching and listening and everything like that. I hope you conversate with me about all these things or whatever you're into. And remember, you like, subscribe, and comment. Really appreciate that. If you subscribe, I will send you a digital comic, and I believe that's it. Remember, you can always find us at TNT The Show. It's our Facebook, our Twitter, our Tumblr, our Instagram, which I don't really post that much on anymore. But our Hotmail, if you want to send us an email. And, of course, our website. It's all at TNT The Show. So, thank you, and talk nerdy to me!